Hello. Yeah. So the previous video just went dead on me at the end, and I hadn't quite finished wrapping it up. I guess because it's a very very long video. So I was just saying at the end of that video that I do now currently have a very small number of friends who are all autistic. I could do another video about this, about where I am now, having provided that sort of background in my past and, the difficulties I had in the past and how long it's taken me to actually develop any meaningful friendships. I might talk about a bit more about that on another video because it's quite a big topic. And as I was saying, it does take, I wanted to also say that it does take me quite a long time to realise when someone actually is a friend, and also genuinely I find it quite hard to connect with other people and to develop a sort of rapport. And it could take me years to develop trust with another person and to be like 100% comfortable with them. So that I always feel tense when I'm around people. I can never really say I'm relaxed when I'm with people. Even when I'm with my closest friends, I can't relax. I can't even relax when I'm with my family. I guess I'm at my most relaxed maybe when I'm with my support worker, but that's only because my support worker is paid to kind of like support me, and I've known her for like around like sort of like 8 years now, and she's like really accommodating, and I can't be my complete self with her. I don't think there's anyone I could really be my complete self with. Maybe my family, possibly my close family. I mean, my dad, yeah, he's seen it all, but most people that I'm with, I am putting up some form of mask, in the sense that I am like maybe trying to repress some of my behaviours. I mean, I guess it's a sign of how relaxed I am with someone as to what extent I need to repress my autism. So, for example, when I'm with like one of my close friends, I've got about, out of that 5 I've mentioned earlier, I've got about three of that 5 are what I would call like close friends, or 2 of them are really close, but yeah, I've got about 3 out of that 5 that I call close friends. But when I'm with like the closest of those friends, I can do things such as like rock, because I do rock. That's like me being natural and like maybe flapping my hands a bit when I'm like excited, or like I just like doing that when I'm excited, or like doing a little jump and going woohoo like that. But the thing is, and that's really good because that's me being me. That's like all natural, like 100% free and like spontaneous and like how I am. And it feels really, really good because I'm just being natural, because I'm not acting. For once, I can be myself. But when I'm with most people, I can't do that because I'm all tense. I've got all this tension there. It's actually a sign of how relaxed I am is when I'm relaxed enough that my body's like limper. And when my body's limper, the energy that can go around, it's like and it's because I feel really excited. Like if I'm walking with someone and I'm feeling like all relaxed, I think it's a sign, as I say, it's a sign of me being relaxed that I can go like that. And it just happens. It's like I get this impulse to do it, but I only get impulse to do it when I'm with certain people, and I think that's because when I'm with certain people, I'm not consciously repressing anything. So the impulse, so it's kind of like it just happens like that. It's not something I don't think, oh, I'm going to go like that. It just happens, and it feels really, really good. I mean, I'm consciously doing it now because I'm just showing you to the camera what I do. But this happens. It's involuntary. It just happens. I just go like that. But that involuntary going like that only happens when I'm like relaxed enough with someone. Because if I'm with someone where I'm like feeling really tense and like I'm controlling myself, everything is tense, so my body's like really, really rigid. So it just cannot relax enough to involuntarily go like that. It just can't. What happens usually though is that when I get home, if I'm with someone long enough and I'm feeling really, really tense around them, what happens is usually all that energy gets stored in my body, and my body's like all really rigid and tense. And as soon as I come home, that energy has to come out somewhere. So that's when I might like run across the kitchen and like really flap and like jump and stuff, but I could do that then because I'm on my own. But when I'm with someone that I'm relaxed enough with them, like a close friend, that doesn't happen so much because the energy could come out more naturally when I'm with them in the form of like flapping now and again or like jumping, because they're autistic too and they don't care. And they just know that's what I'm like. Sometimes one of them will sometimes comment on it, but she knows why I do it, and she just jokes about it. She says, "Oh no, you're walking." But it's because when I'm with them, I feel relaxed, so I can do it, and that's just how I am naturally. And I don't have to like make eye contact, because Making eye contact with other people is really, really hard work. That'll be an old video in itself all about making eye contact. But I can retain so much more information if I don't make eye contact. And I think that's why I find it easier when I'm with my support worker, because she knows that I struggle with eye contact. She knows I'm not being rude if I'm not looking at her. So that's why I say out of all the people I know, my support worker is probably the person that I can be most relaxed with. But out of my actual friends, I would say even with my friends, I still feel that tension never completely goes away. It might do eventually with the closest friends, but only probably once I've known them for like over 10 years or something, I don't know, and it might never happen. I think because even when I'm with like friends and people like that, I still am acting to some extent, and consequently being around people, being with people is always stressful. Like some neurotypicals will say, they would say, go socialise to relax, or like socialising is really fun and it's what they might do after work or whatever because they just like socialising. Or like they say, we'll have a night out with the girls, and it's like they say it, so it's like something, like something you'd really like actually want to do, and it's like really fun. It's like you're letting your hair down. I can never ever relax in a social situation. I mean, even when I'm with my support worker, I can't 100% relax. When I'm around anyone, I can't 100% relax. I don't feel I can 100% relax anyway, even when I'm on my own. I'm always tense, I'm always stressed, I'm always anxious. That's just my natural position. But particularly when I'm with other people, and it's because I'm always having to work really, really hard to kind of like work out what to do, what to say. I'm always trying to get ahead of myself to kind of think, I'm always thinking of all the things that could potentially go wrong, because I'm always having to moderate myself because there's so much activity in my head. It's like a real constant stream of like chatter, and it has to be like tamed, because otherwise it would just go mental, because it really would, because it's like pressure in my head. Like I'm naturally like a really energetic person, so I have to like, I know that energy isn't always considered to be acceptable by society, so I have to like work really, really hard to control it. But I am trying to be a little bit kinder to myself, and particularly with my closest friends, I'm trying to allow myself just to be a bit more natural and not kind of, because I sort of think to myself, look, these are my closest friends. They sort of know me. I've told them all about myself. I could be honest with them about who I am, and if I can't be myself with them, then I can't be myself around anyone. So I'm kind of like trying to let myself be a bit more myself when I'm with my closest friends. Like I say, so I won't. So I might walk a bit more. Just be natural. Just be myself. And I know there are some people out there who see this behaviour as like weird, but usually they're people who don't really know much about autism, and because I want to fit in, and because when I was a kid I didn't care. When I was a kid I could be like really inappropriate, but when I was a kid I wasn't masking. I don't think I actually properly started masking like properly until I was at secondary school, and not in a real like conscious sense anyway. I was about to say, when I was a kid I think I did some sort of low level camouflaging, but like for example when I became quite passive and quiet and shy to try and avoid getting into trouble and stuff. But I didn't like actively mask like I do now, because I didn't have that understanding about like the need to fit in wasn't there so much. So I could be, but again, like I said, I was quite inappropriate, and people often thought of me as